Welcome back to the We On One podcast. This is episode number 20. Yes.
This week's episode is sponsored by Hygieia Cold Press. For all your CMOS gel and juice cleanse needs, visit hygieia.coldpress.com. And this week we have a special. This week through September 27th all the way through October 4th, we will have a special with Hygieia Cold Press. Any order of $100 or more will receive a free 6-pack juice cleanses. And you can also use our code WEON1 for money off at checkout.
Yes. And you can see who's working our boards today is one of our best friends, Karina. Say hello, Karina.
Hey, guys. Wait, that
She
was
loves
the
the
wrong
board.
one.
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good.
We had to have some alcohol on the side because this is our friend's first episode.
She's really nervous, guys. So make
Yes,
sure you guys
very.
go in the
Belinda
comments and
was
talk
over
shit.
here, Martha Stewart pouring.
She said two shots.
Just a little dot of the orange juice.
All right, where do you guys want to start? Bring up the topics.
Well, I guess we can introduce Karina. So she is one of our best friends. And I say our best friend because she's been our friend for, we're just going to say 15 years plus because what's the exact number? I don't know.
Damn.
It's been a really long
It's
time.
been a long ass time.
Or maybe it's exactly 15. I don't know.
No.
But she's been our friend, I want to say the same amount of time. David swears and he wants to emphasize that he was Karina's friend first.
I've known Karina since like 7th grade. For a long time.
I feel like I knew Karina, but we weren't friends until
So you can't be friends then.
8th grade. But we knew each other.
Yeah,
It's
like
okay.
I knew who
14
she was.
years is still a long time.
Oh, okay. So sorry. Okay, David's been friends with Karina for 15 years, and I've been her friend for 14. Okay.
Okay, we're closer.
Yeah. So
Obviously.
even though he met her first and he was her friend first, I was the one that kept her. So.
Wow, that sounds harsh. Kept her.
She owns me.
In the divorce.
I own her. me and Karina are always like, you don't even go here. You're not our friend.
How did you guys meet? Do you remember how you guys met?
No.
No, I don't remember how we met.
I just remember being her friend.
Yeah. I remember I met Karina through a friend. So it was just like a mutual friend.
Yeah, I don't remember actually like meeting her. I just remember just being her friend.
We
But
spent like the whole summer hanging out together.
Yeah, I remember I have a picture of me and David in a cop.
where?
In a Round Lake Theater. Or maybe it's just me and you. I don't think you'd be taking
No, it was like a group of friends.
Oh,
I remember that because you guys were like all saying that the cop was hot and you guys wanted to take a picture
Oh
with the
my
cop.
god,
You guys were like 12. In full fucking
we
heat.
were 13 in 7th grade. Actually,
Yeah.
we're mature.
Mature.
We knew what we wanted.
A cop.
Oh, me and Karina, we actually became friends like really quick and like started doing like everything together. We've gotten arrested together.
they were underage drinking in middle school.
14. we were thriving back then. Okay.
Thriving. Alcoholics.
We were. So one day I just decided to just take a bottle from my house and I just put it in my backpack. And I was like, let's go, bottle. We're going to school.
You poured it into an
A
actual water bottle.
water
I don't
bottle.
think it was
Yeah.
a bottle.
I put
One kind of
the
like this.
alcohol in, but it was bigger than that.
Was
it was
it?
way bigger.
I thought it was just like a regular water bottle.
No, it was way bigger
No,
than
she
that.
took like a Pepsi. Like a
Yeah.
big Pepsi. Like a 2-liter.
But no walk around with a fucking 2-liter full of fucking vodka.
I did.
What's wrong with you?
I took it to school and I was just chilling, okay, minding my business. And I was just drinking out of it. And then like some people were like, oh, can I have some? And I was like, I mean, sure, why not? And so then I just started passing around the bottle. And people were just passing it around. And this all happened at like 7 a.m. because school started at like 7:50 or something.
Dude, that's fucking early as fuck to be drinking.
It's 5
Yeah.
o'clock somewhere.
It is like
Period.
on the other side of the world.
And so this bottle's like passing around. And then it eventually got to Karina. And then David wants to swear that
I
he
don't.
wasn't there. Do you remember David being there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I
didn't drink.
remember David drinking out
Bring
of
it
the
closer to your mouth.
bottle.
There you go.
But he swears that he wasn't drinking that day. I remember he took a sip. I remember. And then like other people were drinking out of it, and then finally like the bell rang and we all had to go to class, and so we're all walking to first period and
Drunk.
In middle school.
And like this school had so many stairs, and I was tripping on the stairs. I was tipsy. And I mean, all of us were kind of tripping, and then a lot of people like saw us obviously passing around the bottle.
But like, let me get quick question. Did you guys really think you guys weren't gonna get caught? Did you guys really believe like, oh, I'm gonna take a empty 2 liter of Pepsi with vodka in it, get really drunk, act really stupid, and no one's gonna notice?
I was always drunk, so yeah.
I didn't think
That
about
was
the
my
consequences.
That
Like,
wasn't my first time.
But did you get caught every other time or no?
No, that was my first time getting caught. So no, I didn't think anything.
Did you go? But after that, did you continue to drink at school?
I'm not gonna say no. I don't remember.
This is horrible.
I don't know. Probably.
They
I'm
used
pretty
to-
sure.
Do you remember that they used to like check our water bottles?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let me sniff them.
Yeah.
Sniff
you
a
wanna
water bottle. Like, you look like you had a fucking long day too, Miss Thompson.
Right. You can have some. Just ask.
Right.
Yeah, so we're like tripping on the stairs, and then we're in first period, and these 2 girls, they snitched on us, and they went to the dean, and then that's when like the dean got security and came on. Like they were all checking like all of our lockers, and then they were looking for us in class, and then that's when they pulled us out of class. Where were you?
I was in math class.
I think I was in science. Where were you?
I probably had already gotten suspended by then.
Okay.
No, I think you were in social studies actually.
How do you remember this?
Because it was like
Oh,
it was
right across the hall.
It was just a
Yeah,
hallway.
it's
Yeah,
just
so
one hallway.
like the way our middle school worked was it was just like a big U.
Mm-hmm.
So like the top floor and the bottom, the first floor kind of just like mirrored each other, and it was just like one big ass U.
Oh, also we had teams. So I remember we were like the yellow team. So
Yeah.
you were only
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
section.
I was on the yellow team, so yeah, we were on like the right side.
Yeah,
the
we were
school.
all in the same hallway, just a different class.
Yeah, which to this day it doesn't make sense why they did that.
the Mexican.
The what?
The
Oh, the Mexican. I forgot about that. I don't know why they did it like that, but that's how they did it. And so we're all in the same hallway, and they came to pull me, and right away I was like, "Who the fuck snitched on me?" And I wasn't. That was me. I was like, "Damn, who snitched on me?" And then I'm like waiting in the hallway, and they're searching me. They're searching my backpack, and then they're like, "Where's your locker?" And then they start searching my locker, and then I see them pull Karina, and then they pulled 2 other people with us, and we're all just staring at each other, like we're all kind of like, "Nah, don't say anything."
Yeah.
And none of us said anything against each other. None of us, like all of us, were like, "Nah, I don't know what you're talking about." Like
keep it
there's
tight-lipped,
nothing.
nigga.
They did find the water bottle, but so right before class, I actually went into the girls' bathroom and I poured it out. I poured
You
out
flushed it?
whatever was. No, I poured it down the sink, and
You flushed
whatever.
it.
Well,
It's
not in the
okay, I
toilet.
get what you mean. Okay.
But yeah, I poured it down the sink. Whatever was left over, it wasn't a lot, but then I threw it in the trash. And so then they were in the trash in the bathrooms, and then they took the water bottle out of the trash. They could smell it obviously because it was
Yeah.
super strong. And they were like, "Oh, we found the water bottle,"
I can,
but
like,
they didn't find it on
in-
any of us,
in
so
my
they
head,
couldn't
I can
say
picture
where
like
it came
Belinda
from.
like just in the bathroom struggling to do what the fuck they do with the bottle. She's just like, "Oh, let me just dump it into the sink."
No, I was very casual. I just went into the bathroom right before class. This wasn't my first time. So yeah, it was just casual. And they found the water bottle, but they didn't find it on any of us, so they couldn't say who it came from or what. So
Yeah.
that's why all 4 of us were like, "Nah, like we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We don't know anything." And we all 4 of us like stuck to the same thing.
We were loyal.
We
Like,
were
We didn't say
loyal.
anything.
We were definitely loyal. And then the dean, so he wasn't the girls dean, because the girls dean got someone, and then the boys had like another
Well, I think
dean.
the girls had a female dean.
Yeah.
And then the guys had the male dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the male dean ended up pulling me to the side and like telling me like that they had 2 people who had snitched on us, so they
Yeah.
already
Like typical
knew.
cop shit.
Yeah, like,
Like-
trying to get us to just like
your buddy in the next room already dropped a dime on you.
trying to just tell us to admit like where the water bottle came from, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know where you got these 2 people from, but
They
yeah,
got
it
Karina in a
wasn't
room
us."
with like a chicken sandwich. Like, the next move is yours.
A whole meal.
No,
I
a chicken
swear.
sandwich, like in a Powerade. That's all I ever ate in middle school.
I would have doubted if he was trying to do that.
That was like an amazing fucking diet. And then like Belinda swears, like she brings this shit up like every 6 months, and she'll be like, we'll be in bed and she'll be like, you really don't remember you getting in trouble and drinking with us?
I swear.
And I was like, no,
he
I
was
don't remember.
there.
Why? Like I got in trouble for a lot of things in middle school, but drinking was not one of them.
I didn't say you got in trouble
No,
with
but I'm
us.
saying, like,
just
I
saying
didn't
you
drink.
sipped out of the
But
water.
I didn't even drink then.
remember you did.
I didn't even drink that.
Maybe you were just sitting with us then. I don't know,
was
but I remember
for
you
sure,
with us.
No, I for sure know you guys were drinking. I remember this because one of the people who was like with you guys drinking was a really good friend of mine, and he was like, yo, Belinda brought a bottle and and I'm just like, me being curious and nosy was just like, all right, cool, let's go.
Me being cool.
I just wanted to be nosy. And then of course you were already like fucked up.
Yeah,
I remember that you were pretty fucked. You guys were pretty
all
fucked up.
up.
Yeah, you guys were pretty fucked up.
They made us do like that. What's the
The walk.
blow thingy? Oh, the walk.
The breathalyzer.
The breathalyzer. Can you deny taking that? Like, if someone makes you do it, can you deny it?
So, I'm not a lawyer. Do not quote me on this, but I
feel like you can deny it.
I feel like the TikTok of law has taught me that if you deny a breathalyzer, it definitely like
it makes you look guilty.
You obviously are looking guilty, but it definitely can help you in court. Also, don't drink and drive, so you don't have to even be put in that situation. But at the same time, it's like if you're gonna get pulled over, just don't blow.
Right. So
or don't drink in middle school
or drive. both are very dangerous.
But I don't know, because I feel like if we would have, well, obviously we were 14, so I didn't know you could deny that, but I'm pretty sure you can deny like breathing in there or whatever. Yeah. And I feel like that really would have helped us because one, we were minors, so it's not like if we were to say no, I'm pretty sure they couldn't make us do it.
Well, even then, it's like
we weren't driving.
The worst thing that can happen to you because you can't drive, you can't do anything, is you're gonna get a ticket.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like because we weren't even driving, I feel like they would have just sent us home and maybe we wouldn't have even gotten suspended or anything. If we would have denied taking it.
There's no way.
There's no way.
How could they prove it if they didn't? Like, okay, if we didn't breathe
on your breath.
Okay.
Like if you're an adult,
NyQuil the night before.
Like if you're if you're a grown adult and like say for example, Aria was 15 and she came home and she smelled like alcohol. I think I know what it smells like.
Well, I don't know.
I would come home smelling like weed all the time, and my mom would just look at me like,
I feel like weed is way different.
She was like, "Pinche marihuana."
Well, you're not a cop, so how are you going to prove it?
Huh?
Just by smelling us?
Yeah.
It's his
that
word
could
against
be anything,
yours.
Yeah. It could be someone like accidentally spilled alcohol on you or something.
At school?
Yeah.
She dropped it in my mouth.
How was the bad influence?
Clap it up for Karina with the funny.
I made Karina take it. I said, open your mouth.
You said you would get fucked up with us.
We do that now.
Yeah, we do. Like, I'll be like, no, Karina, we're not done drinking. Let's go.
Do you guys want to show off your cups?
Oh, today's just chill. It's just,
blue vibes.
They obviously didn't learn their fucking lesson.
Right. We're always drinking.
You know?
We're celebrating.
Every single time.
We're always celebrating something.
We're celebrating Karina's first episode on the pod.
Yeah, period.
I guess.
That day we did get suspended, and dude, we got it. Like, we got a lot for first offenders, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, damn, like, this is like, I'm getting way too much right now.
Are we felons? Because that's how they were treating us.
Well, I mean, you guys were fucking
little
kids drinking and shit.
But we actually got a deal, okay? Not by snitching, but because of our age, they were like, as long as you do this, this, and this, like, I think it'll be off your record.
That's the thing. It's like when you're a kid, at least in the state of Illinois, you can get away with a lot of shit. And especially, that doesn't mean like all my 15-year-old nephews listening to this doesn't mean break the law.
They're going to be like, oh, my uncle did it.
Yeah, they're like, well, he said you can do it. Watch that, just bring it up in court. I heard on a podcast that if you're 15 in Illinois,
all of them go to school with a bottle in their backpack. They're going to be like, oh, my aunt did it. No, I did it.
I can too.
Nah, but I think like in the state of Illinois, as long as you're a minor, you get a ticket and shit like that. But it's like I said, like, it all really just comes down to like the circumstances. You guys weren't like driving or fighting or anything. You guys were literally just fucking drunk and just at school drunk.
Yeah,
which I don't even see anything fun about that. I sound like a Debbie Downer right now.
Yeah, I like the feeling Of blacking out, I was having a great time.
That's
She definitely
crazy.
was.
That's
She was
crazy.
the life of the party that day.
Were your parents really mad?
Yeah, they were really bad.
Because Karina's parents are actually really strict.
Very.
She's a nun.
that was their dream for me.
That was like
Yeah.
that was like her dad came into the room and was just like, your career path is you're gonna be a nun.
Yeah.
So what did Karina do? She's like, well, I'm gonna go hang out with Belinda.
Shut up.
I'll show you.
I'll show you.
Did you get grounded?
Yeah.
I
They
feel
took my
like
phone.
okay. Because I feel like I don't remember you ever getting grounded.
No.
So let me ask you guys, were you guys growing up, did you guys actually get grounded, like you guys couldn't go outside?
Yeah.
Like my dad would tell me like, hey, you're in trouble, but I was just like, all right, dude, I'm gonna sneak out the back.
No, your grounded is not the same as mine and Karina's grounded. Because me and Karina we're both the oldest siblings.
Mhm.
So our type of grounded is not your type of grounded.
What
David is a mama's boy.
No,
and
I'm not.
He's the second youngest of his like 9 other siblings.
The
So he's a baby. His type of grounded is not the same
guys,
at all.
By the time that like my parents came to like raising me and my brother, they were just kind of like, bro, we're tired.
Yeah.
Like you guys can pretty much do what you guys got the keys to the house type of thing. Because like I would come home at like 5 in the morning and I'd just be like, all right, I'm going to bed. Like my mom would yell at me. She'd be like, you know, talking shit like, oh, pinche marihuano.
No,
shit
but
like
I
that. But I just
agree.
like, I'm going to bed.
I agree because I feel like we our parents are stricter because we're the oldest.
Way
So you
stricter.
versus David's parents. Not anymore. I don't live with them, so
Yeah, but I'm saying like you still have a sister who's in high school, right?
yeah, and I
And-
feel like she gets away with anything.
Like what?
I mean, like
Give
okay.
an example. Put her on blast.
So, for example, when we were in high school, I would have to like clean all week to go to this football game, and then my mom
just
had
to go see the Panthers
To
get
go
blown out.
to go to
Like, I'll
football
see the
game at
Panthers.
school.
Yo, shout out to the Panthers, man.
And,
Keep going, guys.
my mom would probably have to talk to Belinda's mom to make sure that we were actually going together.
Mm.
And now my sister, like, she just
Interesting.
gets picked up. Like, they don't even look
I
outside. And
literally,
I'm like,
this was
That
me.
was another thing. We couldn't get rides like for both ways. So Karina's mom would be like, "I'll take them there," and then
Then you
my
gotta
mom
bring-
would have to pick
bring
them
you guys
up.
back.
Yeah,
Man, shout out to my dad. He would just be like, I'd be like, hey, can you drop me off over here? And he'd just be like, all right, cool.
yeah.
then he
David's
just-
dad would always pick
And then
us
it'd be
up
like,
from wherever.
it'd be like 1 a.m, and I just call my dad. I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm over. I like ended up like 6 miles away from where I was originally dropped off at. Like I would get dropped off in Round Lake, and then my dad would pick me up at like Fox Lake at like 1 a.m. My dad's like, how the fuck did you end up here?
Right.
I was like, I don't even know.
no, like the other
it was
day,
just a blur.
my mom dropped off my sister at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you see who she was with? And she was like, no, I just dropped her off. I'm like, ma'am, what about if that was a boy?
No, for real. And like, okay, like for me, like, yeah, we would have to clean like the entire freaking week in order to go out for one day. And then my parents were the type of parents, it was more so my dad. My dad was more so of, if you have fun today, you can't have fun tomorrow. Literally, like I can only go out one day of like within like 2-3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
You can only have fun one day. You can't have fun tomorrow.
Hell no, I was having fun from Thursday night all the way to Sunday morning.
No, not our
That's
parents.
weird. Like I'm not
I
like
don't know if it's maybe like a girl,
It's a
guy.
girl-guy
no,
thing.
well, it's
I think it
definitely
is.
a mama's boy,
oh, my
second to last
fucking God.
baby.
My mom never even said shit to me.
Versus like girls and the oldest.
I just start airing out all my mom's laundry. Like she used to do this. She used to
My
whip
mom
me.
never cared about me.
My mom used to whip me.
No, our parents were so strict. They would never let us like
Do
anything. I feel like that was a part of the reason why me and Karina always had to like sneak around everywhere. More so me. Like I always had to sneak around everywhere.
And I got my license first, so I would help her.
Yes, Karina, she did get her license before me. So she had to like take me everywhere.
She had to.
Karina has to take me everywhere, regardless. Like now as an adult, because I don't know how to drive on the expressway.
She won't get on the highway.
No.
I'm 27 and I still can't drive on the expressway. I can't. I don't think I'm ever gonna drive on the expressway.
Have you guys ever seen that meme on like Instagram? You're 36.
That's me. I don't know. I've just accepted it. Have you accepted it? You're gonna have to drive me everywhere forever.
Sadly.
You
Me?
too? Both of you.
I don't
Because
really
if it's
care.
not David driving me somewhere, it's Karina.
I
it's
prefer to
always you
drive
two.
because Belinda can't drive. I prefer to drive.
I'm a passenger princess. That's fine.
No, Belinda
Yeah.
will sit here. I'll go like 29 and the 25, and Belinda's like, slow down. Slow down. And the other day, I hopped into the car. I'm like, we're like going. She's going like 35 and a 25. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, do you not give a fuck about anybody else but you? I became the passenger princess. I was like, can you slow down? Spill my
I don't
drink.
like it when I get anxiety when other people drive me, but other people have to drive me because
Nah.
I can't drive.
Like if we're going on the highway, like if we're going to Rosemont or Chicago, I'd rather just drive because I don't trust anybody else driving me that far and like my life in your hands.
Yeah, me either.
So I'm like, nah, I'll go ahead. You guys can get fucked up. I'll go ahead and just drive.
He gonna sip on some Coke.
On a Pepsi. That's a real Pepsi.
Oh my god.
That's
yeah,
funny.
so we got in trouble. We got really in trouble. My parents actually, who picked you up that day when they told your parents to pick you up?
My dad.
Your dad picked you up.
Mhm.
My parents were so pissed that they refused to pick me up. My grandpa had to pick me up. Yeah, my mom was like, "I'm not picking her up," like, and called my grandpa, and then my grandpa picked me up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel really bad. My grandpa was so upset. He wasn't mad. He was so upset, and he was crying because he was like, "Why are you drinking? Like, you shouldn't be drinking. You're only 14." And then I felt really bad because I was like, "Oh, I don't want to make my grandpa upset." I felt so bad.
To
He
this
took
day,
me
if
to
I
his
want
house.
Belinda to, if like Belinda yells at me, I'll just call Ross.
Shut up.
I'm just like, yo, do you want to know what
Whenever-
the fuck she just said to me?
Whenever I'm saying something to David, like in front of my grandparents, my grandpa's always like, "No, don't talk to him like that."
And we'll be joking.
Yeah, we're
we'll
just
be
like
joking.
play fighting.
Like we'll drop off the kids or something, and we're like hanging out. We hang around for a little bit, and then like Belinda will be like, "All right, hurry up," and I'm like, "I'm just gonna leave you," and then here comes our grandma. You need to hurry up because he'll leave you. Like you need to hurry up. Come on.
Yeah, so he picked me up and then he took me to his house. So that was actually towards the end of 8th grade. It was almost summer because I remember they
Mhm.
tried to tell us that we couldn't go to
The graduation, the
promotion.
Oh,
They
yeah.
tried to tell us we couldn't go to promotion and we weren't going to be able to walk for graduation. But they ended up letting us because it was like first time like
And I think because
ever
we
getting in
completed
trouble.
like all of our
Yeah,
requirements.
literally everything was done. Maybe that's why I was celebrating
Well,
at school with the bottle.
So when you guys went to court, what was your guys' sentencing?
We got probation.
It was supervision.
Not probation.
Don't make us sound like
I've been on real
felons.
probation. You guys got supervision.
We got supervision.
Oh, okay. Supervision. For how long was that?
Like
I think
6
it was like
months.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. We got community service.
Like 100 hours.
Yeah, we got like 100 hours.
Which is brutal.
That is, yeah, because
100 hours.
Well, we had to do it during summer.
We were middle
And it'll
schoolers.
literally be like only like a Saturday. So like spread out 100 hours through like 10 Saturdays or some shit. That shit sucked.
Yeah. Well, I actually did mine like just straight like Monday through Friday. It
Mhm.
wasn't during summer.
How long did it take you? Like 2 weeks?
I don't remember. Yeah. My community service was way different than Karina's though.
What'd you do?
Because well, okay, so when my grandpa took me to his house, okay, my parents were really, really fucking pissed at what I did, right? So they actually made me stay with my grandparents the whole summer. After that happened, so like my mom had to like pack my bags, and she was like, "You're gonna stay with your grandma since you don't know how to act."
Belinda was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
She said, "Bye, get out
You
of
went to
here."
go live with your rich Uncle Phil.
Yeah. So I went to go live with my. Well, yeah, I didn't have a choice. My grandma or my mom packed my bags and was like, "You gotta go stay with your grandparents." So I had to live with them for the whole summer because I didn't know how to act. And my grandpa, well, my mom was like, "Oh, if you want her at your house, then you have to figure out where she's gonna do the community service." So my grandpa signed me up as a landscaper. It was boiling hot at like the park district where my grandpa lives. So I just went to the park district and he signed me up as one of the landscapers to do the community service. So I was out there literally. Well, when I had went, it was a bunch of like the summer was actually
delinquents.
The summer was a program for college students to, I don't know what exactly they got, but they were all in college and they came home for the summer and they were like working, trying to get money or whatever. But they were all looking at me like, "You know how to cut grass?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." And they were like, "All right, can you just plant the flowers?" So I was just planting flowers and like just doing like random other stuff that they were asking me to do. But it was like a 6 to 6. So I don't remember.
That's 12 hours.
Yeah, it was a long fucking day. My grandpa fucked me up with that.
It probably was like a fucking 2-week thing.
Yeah, it was probably like 2 weeks max. I don't remember it being that long, but it still sucked because Karina had some easy ass one.
What'd you do?
So I did half of them at the Civic Center?
Yeah.
No,
Sports Center.
the Sports Center. So I would sweep. That was it. And pick up balls.
So it was me and Karina, and then 2 other people who got caught. And I want to say that one of them, for their community service, I remember them saying they were cleaning windows. I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not like 100% sure. But it was so
not a good
funny.
time.
I would have.
Yeah, I was not.
I would have done what I usually do when I had community service and just go pay a lady to say that I did it and she'd give
Shut
me like double
up.
time.
You know what? I actually tried that.
I tried.
I did. I tried
did that
it
a
at
few
the
times.
landscaping
I did that a few
place.
times.
And the guy actually, because I did it like first day, I was like, "Can you just sign it, please?" Like, I
Mhm.
am not a landscaper.
Or you can go to a church, and at the church they'll allow you to work 10 hours for 20.
Oh,
But then your parents have to like
Oh.
make a donation.
See, and then because the guy ended up saying like, "No, you have to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
At least do some, and then I'll see towards the end." And he like, I think I only had 2 days left, and then he ended up saying like, "It's fine. Like, you
Yeah.
did a good amount. Like, I'll sign you off."
Yeah.
But then my grandpa knew how many hours I was doing, so my grandpa was like, "No, you still have 2 days." And I was like, "No, he said it's fine." Like, he signed me off, and he was mad because he was like, "No, you need to do the 2 days." My grandpa's so strict.
I remember one time I had to do community service, and there was this guy who across the street. He was like a retired cop, and he was like across the street, and we had like a little boxing gym. And he like my mom went to go talk to him like, "Hey, can you give him like some community service hours?" And he like looks at me and he's just like, "You're gonna be doing more than community service." And I'm like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "I want you to bring a notebook. I want you to do this, and I want you to learn. I want to teach you how to box." And I'm just sitting there like, "Hey, look, bro, I'm not Rocky Balboa, bro. Like, I'm
I
just
would
here."
have done it.
I was like 15 and I was like hella hard headed. Like looking back at it now, I was like, man, I should have just taken that opportunity or something.
You were already boxing anyway.
Pretty much. And I was just like, look, bro, I'm just going to do my community service.
Right.
And I'm going to go. And he's like, well, I can't give you the community service. And I just look at my mom, I'm like, well, he can't give me the community service. So what are we going to do? Like, and then my mom was just like, dude, can you just fucking do it? And I was like, all right, fuck it. And I went for like 2 days and I was just like, I'm never coming back. And I remember like my probation officer calling me, like screaming at me, like, why did you leave? And I'm just like, because it sucked. And then I went to jail.
Oh, okay.
And then I got a violation of probation for that and went to jail for like 20 days.
All right. Well,
All because
we
you
didn't do that.
know how to box.
No, because you were on supervision. If you were if you were on probation, no, they used to actually take us to like random places. Like they would like on a Saturday, they used to get like every kid in Lake County who had probation, and they used to take us to like fucking I don't know like the Forest Preserve or something, and like do like activities to like work that time off
to like motivate you to be a good person.
pretty much. And they took us to this like kennel where like they had nothing but like rescue pit bulls. Like pit bulls though, like there were some really aggressive ones, and I was like, I'm scared of dogs. Like y'all would have me fucked up.
I'm scared of dogs.
And they were like, no, like they're good. Like they would obviously give you like the more manageable ones and shit like that. And pretty much you would just train this dog to like obey commands and shit, and that's all we did. And then one time they were getting like a pool put in, and they just made us like grab all the dirt and like one of those like little wagon things and just put the dirt and go dump it on the other side of the field. So I would do shit like that.
All right,
That shit sucked.
That sounds
better than
decent.
landscaping.
It was because it
yeah.
was because like you were like with a bunch of kids that were just like it was just like a bunch of other bad kids.
Yeah. See,
And
I
we
feel
would just,
like
like,
that makes
go-
it fun because
yeah.
I was by myself with a bunch
Yeah.
of college dudes.
Yeah, and we're like all the same age, and you're just sitting there just fucking picking up dog shit and just kind of like hanging out.
You know what? Another thing.
Probation is still bad, kids.
Right. Another thing that was like on our things to do or whatever in order for us to be fine or whatever. We had to go to Nicasa.
Oh God.
That was the worst shit
Ugh,
ever.
I fucking hated that place.
Oh my
I
god! How
fucking
many
hate
times
it.
have you been there?
Me?
Yeah,
A lot.
a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
I just went
a
the
lot.
one time.
I've been there at
and
least-
that was it.
I shit you not. I've been in Nicasa like 10 times.
That's
and
really bad.
And every single time I've like failed a drug test. I've like just gotten into like a fight with somebody there.
Did you
and just
have
got
to
kicked
pee
out.
in the cup
Yeah.
in front of them?
No.
Like,
Well, not like literally
they
in
were
front of 'em.
literally
Like they would
right
crack
in
the door. Yeah, they would crack the door.
See, I always thought that was so weird because like they used to be
Well-
like, no, you can't close the door all the way; it has to be
But
cracked.
they gotta make
and
sure
they
you're
would-
not like adding shit to it.
Yeah,
To, like,
and they
clean
would
it up.
stand right in front of the door. But I think that's so weird because we were
So,
minors. Like even the crack door is a little
I
weird.
think one of my guys, he was trying to do that, trying to beat his baby face. He was trying to beat a drug test, and he put like piss on a condom, and the condom like broke on him. So he just
No,
had,
he pissed himself.
So he had it all. So He had his little brother's piss on.
No.
He's gonna listen to this and be mad as fuck that I said that, but
Have you
Damn.
ever peed for someone?
a lot.
You've peed for
I've charged
okay,
people
so
for that.
David doesn't drink. He doesn't do
Hey,
drugs.
if you guys are looking
He
for
ha-
like a summer job, piss for fucking drug addicts. They'll pay you top dollar for your clean piss.
right.
And I look
So-
at that and I'd be like, so there was this guy who I used to work with. I'm not gonna say his name. But he was pretty much like a drug addict and shit like that. And his sister let him live with them. And he was like, if you want to live with me, you have to pass these drug tests. And he was my coworker, and he would come to me and be like, hey, I know you don't, this is how we talk. I know you don't smoke. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you do any other drugs? And I was like, no, I don't do shit. Like, I'm clean. He's like, will you piss in this cup for me? And I was like, I looked at, he's like, and he was like really like he was sweating. Like he was stressed the fuck out. And he was like, I'll give you $50 if you piss in this cup for me. And I literally looked at him. I was like, $50? I was broke. So I was like, $50 for my piss? And he was like, yeah, but you got to make it.
$50 for piss
So-
for 2 seconds to pee in a cup?
It
That's
was like,
good.
It was like a water bottle like this. And I was like, here you go. And I just like gave it to him. He's like, oh man, thank you. And then he comes back and he's like, can you drink more water next time? And I was like, why? And he's like, because my sister looked at it and she said you were really dehydrated.
Oh my god.
And I literally looked at him. I was like, if you want clear piss, bro, it's gonna be $100.
Oh my god.
I didn't charge him $100. I think the most he's ever paid me for piss, and it was like, it was a few times, right? He's giving me like money like a few times, and it was like maybe, I don't know, the most I made is like $150.
Have you ever peed in a cup for somebody?
No, my sister always pees for me.
Shut up! Oh my god!
But now I can buy David's.
I have peed in cups for people too.
Inquire within if you want to
know
buy my
what?
piss.
Actually, for like
Look,
law
see?
purposes, we're just kidding. We've never done that.
All jokes
never.
aside,
We're kidding.
if you were to hit me up on Instagram at We On One Podcast.
We'll give you a good price.
We'll give you a good price. I'll give you a full water bottle
For $49.99.
for 3 easy payments of $49.99. How did we go from fucking talking about our friendship to talking about pissing in bottles?
Oh my god,
I love
that
it.
is too much.
I
That is
love
so funny.
Belinda's over here wheezing.
Not you guys make.
They're self-conscious about their laughs.
That's Karina. Karina's
God.
the Windex.
Whenever Karina's gonna laugh, she's just gonna press the button to laugh for her.
Which one was it?
The gold one
Oh.
or orange.
That is so funny. Yeah. So we had to do Nakasa. Yeah, that I don't know. That whole thing sucked. We used to watch a bunch of videos of how like what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to smoke. You're supposed to be a good
So you
person.
guys went for the drug anonymous or whatever, Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah.
I went for 2. I went for Narcotics Anonymous and I went for like Behavioral Anonymous or some shit like that. Pretty much like anger management, because I got into a fight at school, middle school. Actually, it was middle school. I got into a fight, and our dean recommended that if I wanted to go back to school, I needed to do those classes.
Damn.
So I
Hmm.
did them, and I passed them successfully. And then later on, funny story. So the lady who was giving these classes, she was actually on the school board, and she was like really cool with me. She was like this older white lady. And then the next year when I was in freshman, I got kicked out of school, and they were about to expel me. And you have to go in front of like the school board, and she was there, and I was like literally looking at her like, you know me, don't expel me. Why are you expelling me? And she agreed to expel me.
Dang.
What?
Fucking bitch.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God. Yeah, so after that, you know what? I was actually really surprised. Like me and you and like the other 2 people didn't stop being friends. You know how like when people get in trouble, they like stop being each other's friends because
Yeah.
like they start blaming each other or whatever.
not me.
No, dude, us 4 were so freaking loyal to each other. Like all of us
Shit,
never
if anything,
admitted
that makes
to
the friendship
anything.
better.
Yeah, it made us
Yeah.
closer.
In my opinion, it
I
just makes it
honestly,
better.
no, I 100% thought that one of them was gonna just snitch and say the bottle did come from me. And I wouldn't have been mad because I was the one that brought it. So, you know, it is what it is. And I think like they had even said like if you just tell us where the bottle came from, like
That
you
person will
won't
get-
get
only
as
that person will
much.
get in trouble.
Yeah, or like I think they just wouldn't have given them like as much hours or something like that. And then
Yeah.
or like only I
So-
would get in trouble, but none of them snitched on me.
If you're gonna get in trouble with someone, kids, don't snitch on your friends because you're still gonna get in trouble. You're just not gonna
I
get
feel
as
like
much in trouble.
I feel
Yeah.
like they
So-
lie.
To save yourself the reputation of being a rat, just
Yeah.
fucking take one for the team and everybody.
Period. My friends were
don't,
loyal.
Yeah, don't sit there and just fucking rat on your friends because you want to because they're gonna get 10 days of suspension and you're gonna get 7 because when you come back to school they're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
like
That's true.
and then they already got suspended for 10 days and because in school like that's the max you can get suspended is 10 days. Like that's like the max, and you know, so
after that it's expelled.
Yeah,
right?
they don't care to get expelled at this point because they're just like, well, our record's fucked up, so we might as well fuck you up for snitching on us.
I feel like we didn't do the 10 days though. I think it was like
it was only
7.
like
it was supposed to be 10.
Yeah.
Was it? No, I don't know.
No,
I
because
thought
if
we
it's
only
10
did
days, like,
3.
well, no, because I've got
because it was almost the end of the year, so I feel like they didn't give us
Oh,
as
okay,
many.
okay.
you get 3 times to get suspended for 10 days because that constitutes
That's
1
a
month.
lot of days, 30 days, and you got expelled.
I got
so
expelled, but
you did
this is
have
the
the
thing.
30 days.
So,
then.
We can talk about that later. We can talk about because I feel like I'm just interrupting like our stories. We'll
No,
talk about
that's
me
fine.
getting expelled later.
You know what? Me and Karina have always stayed friends. We've never not been friends. The other 2 people, we fell off with them like later on in
I
life.
think like high school.
Yeah, a little after that. I don't know where they're at in life, but we hope they're doing good.
No hate to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've always been best friends. We always stayed friends. Yeah, so Karina actually got her license before I did. So she used to help me see David. Okay, because we said it in episode 5 how like I snuck out with David once. Karina didn't help me that day. This was like before Karina
But
started
if
helping
Karina
me.
would have helped you that day, it probably would have been more.
It would have been.
It would have been better.
It would have been way better. But we said it how I snuck out with David. My mom caught me literally right away. Called the cops on David. Right after
probation.
that. Yeah, right
You know what's
after
funny?
that. Huh?
That whole sequence of events that we're about to talk about literally happened the time that you ran away, the fight that I got into in the last episode, and then there's this. That's all the same week.
Oh yeah,
That's like all in the same week, and people
It
don't even know. Like
is.
it sounds like it's a lot of different events, and it's just like over like 6 months. But all of this happened. Like me and Belinda got together. A month later, we had a family party. That same weekend, she ran away with me. That same weekend, the cops were called on me, and then that same weekend, we started setting up our arrangement with Karina.
We were paying her under the table. No,
Because you got your phone taken away, and you would text me from Karina's phone.
Yeah. So I did get my phone taken away, and yeah, I started texting David like while we were in school, because me and Karina always had classes together somehow. I don't know how, but we just always had classes together. So I used to text David off of Karina's phone, and that's how we would talk. And then my parents were obviously really good friends with Karina's parents, so they didn't care if I was going to Karina's house. And so then I started to ask Karina,
So for
like
2
Karina,
years, Karina would lie. From the age of
Not
16
that oh yeah,
from the
it
age of
kinda
16
was,
to the age of 18, because that's when we got married. Karina would lie every other weekend or not every weekend. She would say, "Oh, Belinda's gonna come sleep over
I was
at my
at
house."
Karina's house like every weekend, because one weekend I would stay with Karina and we would hang out so we could have girl time, and then the next one she'd be like, "All right, go ahead," and then I would go with you. So I was at Karina's house every weekend, just doing different things,
just hanging out. And then she would come and she would spend the night at my house.
Yeah.
Why are you like?
me,
we're almost 30,
married, kids, my own house, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to admit this on camera because I don't know
30.
if my parents listen.
Do you remember me dropping her off in the big ass Denali?
Yeah.
You remember that?
There was the very
My dad
first
would always
time.
my dad would see your truck come up, and my dad would be like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'd
It's a
just be
drug
like,
dealer.
I was like, "They're dropping off the package," and just see
Shut
Belinda hop out.
up.
It was like package delivered.
The very first time, when I like asked Karina, because she already had her license, and I was like, "Oh, like, will you drop me off, and then I'll just get it right back at your house?" She was like, "All right," and I was like, "I'll buy you Taco Bell," and she's like, "All right, well, I was gonna do it anyway, but now that you're offering Taco Bell, like, all right, let's do it." And I used to buy her Taco Bell so that she could drop me off.
That was the method of payment.
And that's how we're paying Karina for this episode in Taco Bell. We're just gonna go get her a chalupa.
There you go.
Do you remember that day? We were at the mall. Okay, so once Karina started like helping us see each other, that's when we became like.
You
like
guys love
us
this
three.
fucking story.
Like that's when
We do.
That's
Oh
when we
my
became
God.
like the third wheeling. Like Karina was always with
Our
us.
third wheel.
Always,
Yeah.
like I'd go to dinner with them. Obviously, I wouldn't sit on the same side, but I'd go to dinner with them, go to the mall with them.
all the time. Wherever we were, like I'd be like, Karina, you want to go? And she'd be like, yeah, let's go.
I was your kid.
I didn't really care.
No,
I was like,
David didn't
whatever.
ever care.
I never cared.
Because
Karina was our friend.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I don't care.
And we were at the mall one time, and we're walking to the car, and it was just us three, and then this group of guys came. What did they say?
So there was a group of, we were walking down to the Gurney Mills by the Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm setting the scene. It was probably like 9 p.m. and then like 3 dudes come walking by and they're just like, "Damn, you're thick as fuck." I should have turned around and be like, "Thank you."
Yeah, you should have.
I'm like, you don't say. But nah, I think it was like this was like peak me like gangbanging and just being angry at the world. So I just turned around and I said, "Fuck you," and then I just started like talking shit to them. And then they were like, "We're not talking to your girl. We're talking to the other one being Karina."
Me.
And I was like, "Well, she's dating my friend."
David was just trying to look for
I
a
was just
reason
trying
to
to fight. I just
fight.
wanted to fight. I was like, "Well, she's dating my friend, so what's up?"
And then they like walked away, like they were like, "Oh, like
Like,
okay,
whatever,
yeah."
bye.
Then they walked away and like
Alpha
said
male.
they just kept going. And then me and Karina look at David like, "What friend? Like who's
We
she
get in the car.
dating?"
We get in the car. And I'm just like, "We're gonna get you a boyfriend."
I was like, man, who is she dating? Like, what? And like, we're just cracking up because it was just so funny. Like, David, like, you were really trying to fight them for no reason. Like, that could have,
Mm.
I don't know. It was just so funny.
Whatever.
That didn't look like my future husband, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess, like, David did you the favor.
True. But my
Uh.
foot is like falling asleep.
Mine too.
All I feel is like the little tingling sensation on my foot. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Am I having a stroke?
It's okay. Karina's a nurse. She can help us.
Yeah, right. You're just gonna be like, I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas
You know
in it.
what? I love that though. I love that Karina's a nurse because every single time something's wrong with us, I'm always like, I don't know. I'm gonna text Karina. She's gonna know. And then like I'll send her pictures like, Karina, is this normal? Like, what is this?
Karina doesn't know.
Google.
Karina's Karina will go just look at her at the doctor that's like working, just be like, hey, does this shit look normal or no?
Yeah, she's showing the doctors at work.
I
Can you
should-
tell me if my friend is sick?
Bro, like, how long does she have to live?
No, I'll text Karina. Shut up. I'll text Karina and I'll like send her pictures of the kids too. Like, Karina, like they have a fever of this, or like, Karina, look at this. Like, what is this? Like, are they okay? Should I go to the ER?
At this point, Karina should just go back to med school.
Right.
And Karina like will text me back like super quick too. Like, if it's fine, go to the doctor. Don't go to the doctor. I love that.
Dude, Belinda loves going to the doctor though.
I know,
I
dude.
do.
I'm looking at her like, dude, you know it costs money to go to the doctor?
I know. David's always like, we got another doctor bill, Belinda. Like, why you always going to the doctor for everything? And I'm like, dude, I'd rather,
Yeah,
I
all the
have to
time.
go. Like, I'd rather be safe than not go.
Hell
Because
no.
there's always people that will like stay home because they think it's like the pain is nothing, and
Mhm.
then months later they find out they have cancer or something.
Well, this is the thing. I'm
That's
different.
scary.
I'm different.
I go to the doctor
I know
once a
my
year.
body. I am my own doctor.
No, I don't go to the doctor for myself. I go to
Like,
the
for
doctor
the
for the
kids.
kids.
The kids is different. That's what I'm
all
saying,
the
like,
time.
for the kids,
anything
it's
they
different.
get, anything the kids get, I'm always like, we gotta go to the doctor. We're going right now.
Right. now.
And like when it comes to me, it's just like if my bone isn't broken or if I'm not bleeding, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Axel actually, he's like a daredevil. He is just crazy and he jumps from wherever. So he's always hitting himself. Or sometimes like he gets like he hits his head and so then he'll get bumps on his head. And I'm always freaking out because like the head I feel like is like the most sensitive part of your body. So I'm always like, oh my god, like he hit his head, he has a bump, like he has to go to the doctor or the
I was
ER
like,
right
he's
now.
concussed.
And yeah, I'm like getting the bag and I'm like ready to go to the ER. And David's always like, we don't need to go to the ER. Like it's just a bump. And
Put
I'm
some
like,
fucking
no.
ice on it. Let him walk it off. Like you'll be
He's
okay.
fine. He's fine.
Like he,
And then
like
I'll
he
and
gets
then I'll
on
be
this
like-
table that we're recording on. He'll get on this table and
Yeah,
try
he
to do like a fucking
does.
front flip. He
He
thinks he's Jeff Hardy.
does. He thinks he's Spider
Yeah,
Man.
he thinks fucking Jeff Hardy from the fucking WWE and just jumps off and does a fucking like
Yeah.
he'll literally fucking jump off this shit and just jump on us.
Yeah, he doesn't
I see
care.
it.
And then like I'll be like, well, I'm gonna text Karina first, and if Karina says go to the ER, we're going to the ER.
The other day, did she send you to the store for the kids Pepto? Was that you?
No, she went on her own for that.
No.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
I
I
have
went,
kids
went.
Pepto.
Look, at this time, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like Pepto Bismol for a bump?
Shut up! It wasn't the bomb. It was.
Like-
It was when Ari was
Like, I'm not
throwing
gonna- okay,
up. It was
Actually,
that day
okay,
that she was
that
throwing up
that
in the
one
room.
time, yeah, I did get a little freaked out. I was like, damn, he is getting a big ass chupeton on his fucking head. Like,
the last time, right?
yeah,
the last time,
like,
this very last
I
time,
was like,
he got a
he's out here
huge
looking like
bump.
Hellboy. But then I was just like, then he looked at me, and I looked at him, and then like you could just tell like he was okay, and he was just like he was more scared than anything, and he just like I was like, all right, he's good.
He's
No,
fine.
this last time he was crying really, really bad. That's why I was freaking out because the bump was so big, and he was crying a lot. So I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, this time is like worse than the other time." So I was scared.
It was a big bump.
It was.
I've
it
had
was.
like 3 concussions in my life, and I'm like, I can kind of tell when you have a concussion, like just by looking at someone's eyes, like you can tell like they're not there, like no
Yeah,
one's home,
kinda.
you know. And I like looked at him, he looked at me, he's like, "Nigga, I'm good. Just leave me alone. I'm crying."
He was bothered.
He's just like, "Leave me alone. I just
Give
want
me
to
my
cry."
mom.
Right? Just give me
Yeah.
my mom. Get off me.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing too, me and David love about Karina is that she has a really, really good, strong relationship with our kids. And you know what? The
Look at
other
Karina
day,
just sitting here a little,
Yes,
just like,
I
"Yo,
do.
David's taking,
I am the
I
greatest
do.
friend. I am the greatest
I
friend."
am. I know y'all heard about me.
Karina's taking all the compliments. She's like, "I'm a nurse. I'm a good
I'm
friend."
everything. I'm perfect.
I just start saying shit like, "Well, she has a weird shaped foot." Karina
Her
has a club
laugh,
foot.
her laugh.
She sounds like a winner. Just start making like this isn't even her real laugh.
No, I'm
she's holding
faking
it
it.
in.
She's
holding
making a
it in.
laugh right now.
Yeah, so Karina has a really good relationship with the kids. David actually asked me the other day, he was like, "Why is it so important that Karina has a relationship with your kids? Like, why?"
No, that wasn't my question.
Yeah,
My
it was.
question, no, it was related to that. My question was, why is it so important for your friends to have a relationship with your kids?
Oh, right, but because we were
Yeah,
talking
but
about
we're talking about Karina. But yeah, like, because I'll state my point, and then
Okay.
you guys can attack me. I don't think that your friends need to have a relationship with your kids for you to consider them good friends or for you to have friendships, because I feel like there's people who don't have kids who don't understand that. It is great when you have someone like Karina who understands that and is like, "Look, like I love you as my friend, as my brother, as my sister, and I love your kids, but I'm also not holding it or penalizing you if you're just not close to my kids."
You're saying that because none of your friends like
Well, that-
have relationships with the kids.
Well, that, I mean, I get we're doing this.
Ooh,
We're going
I'm
here.
putting all of y'all on blast right now.
Dang.
I guess. I mean, you could say that, but I do have
Like
friends.
your friends have met
like-
the kids, but
I have friends, like,
they're not
no.
Karina.
I'm not gonna sit there. Well, no, that's different. But I think
No one
men
can ever agree.
friendships are a lot different, because I think that like
No, I don't know. I don't think
I
so
go-
because you do actually.
but you're
have
not a
one,
man.
You have
You're
one
not a
friend.
man.
You have one really good.
You're
friend.
not a man. Just like screaming.
You have one really good friend that has kids, and like you guys.
Say his name.
Are we saying his name?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't
Okay,
care.
okay. So David has a really good friend. His name is Richie. He has kids, and they hang out really good. Like,
Yeah.
but they hang out like with the kids, and
Yeah.
then they also hang out without the kids. I feel like that's a really good friendship.
Yeah, but that's because like, well, no, because I'm not gonna sit here and be like our friendship is like based around the kids, because our friendship is literally like
No,
we're-
you
like,
guys
we're
were friends.
No, we're friends. Yeah,
before-
yeah.
Before having.
Yeah, I
No,
think-
you guys
I don't
already
know.
had kids when you guys met.
Yeah, but I mean, we were. I mean, I think he's really I consider him one of my best friends,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I talk to him all the time, and it's one of those things where it's like I said, like it's great that like his kids. I like his kids. He likes my kids, and we can
Mhm.
bond over that. But if he didn't, I'm not gonna be like, you're a fucked up person.
I don't know. That's a little weird.
That's not
Like that's weird because like if someone
Guys,
was my friend,
all right,
but I
we're gonna
didn't
have to
like their
debate
kids.
this on the Instagram, because I don't think that that's
Why
like,
would I be friends with somebody if I didn't like their kids?
Well,
That's
I'm not.
weird.
You can't just like look at people's kids and be like, I don't like your kids. Like
Okay. My
I'm
whole
not
point,
saying like not like someone's kids. I'm saying
no,
like have
my
a
whole
relationship
point
with them.
was like if I'm friends with you and I love you and I'm telling you how much I love you and like you're my best friend and stuff,
Mhm.
but I don't have a relationship with your kids. Is that really your best friend? Because if someone's
Yeah.
your best friend, you would want to be in their kids'
Well,
life.
I'm saying like,
Okay, so let me be the mediator here.
yeah, mediate the
So
situation.
I
a
get
little
what
bit.
you're saying, because I feel like now, like my coworkers, like if I had a kid and I didn't bring them around my kid, I wouldn't expect them to be like close to my friend,
Yeah.
to my kid. But like me and you, we grew up, so it's kind of different.
When
Like, we
you
grew up
think,
together.
okay,
Expectations-
let's say you have a baby. Let's
Oh,
say
we're
right
potting
now.
right now.
Let's say right now
I
you
love
have a
this.
baby, but I don't like contact you to see your baby, or
Mhm.
like I don't go over to see your baby, or I don't ask you how your baby is. Isn't that weird? Because we're best
No,
friends.
so like okay,
Weird.
but this is the thing. It's like if it's your best friend, the standard has already been set. I'm not talking about people who like I grew up with or like people who I consider my best friends. I'm talking about just like a coworker, someone who you go
no,
out and
no,
have
no.
drinks
I'm
with,
talking about
or
best
new
friends.
people who you meet. Like you can have friends that you meet after you have kids, that your relationship is just strictly like whatever you guys are
Oh, no,
interested
no,
in,
no, no.
like
Because
like
I don't
common
bring my
things.
kids around just anybody. No,
Well,
no, no.
I don't
I'm
either.
talking
That's what I'm
about...
saying. Like that's why, because I'm not gonna pack up my kids and go hang out with my friends and be like, yo, I know we're over here and you guys are all hanging out, and you guys are all smoking weed or doing whatever the fuck you're doing, and here are my kids.
No, I'm
You
talking
know?
about like best friends. Because okay, the whole thing started with like this, this meme of like, oh, once you have kids, like your friends like disappear or something like
Which
that.
I don't think is true.
No, it thankfully, like, gratefully, is that a word?
Thankfully.
Thankfully, that did not happen to me. Because all of my best friends have been since like 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's just been like our small circle of friends. We've all been friends ever since, and none of them left when I had my kids. So like that didn't happen to me, but it does happen with so many people, and so that's why the thing came up, because I was like, oh, like my friends are in my kids' lives. So that didn't happen to me, but I think it's weird that people are like that. That your best friend would have a kid and you don't care to be in that kid's life. That's my opinion on it.
Well, I kind of like, I don't like be like, oh, like I completely disagree with that, because I understand that part. But like if you're my best friend and you have a kid, I'm gonna check on your kid when I talk to you. I'm like, how's your kid doing? But I'm not gonna be like, or if like you wanted to come over, but you're like, oh, I can't because I got my kid this weekend. I'm just like, well, bring him along. Who cares?
Yeah,
Like that's different.
See, no,
like
that's
I'm
Karina.
I'm that friend. I'm that friend too. Like I'll be like, Laura, well, I don't go. I got two of them things. Like if your baby doesn't get along with one, she'll get along with the other. You know,
yeah.
And it's
no,
like,
that's Karina, because she'll be like, oh, do you want to go do this? And I'm like, oh, David has to do the podcast, or David has to do this, so I have the kids. And she'll be like, okay,
but like,
bring
say
'em.
Karina, since we're using Karina as an example, say Karina was different because Karina is doesn't have kids right now, and Karina was like, all right, I'll catch you later.
I don't know. Karina's never said that to me.
But I'm saying, what if?
Like if I said like, sorry, I have the kids, and she said, all right, maybe next time.
Yeah. Would you look at Karina different?
No, not if it was like something like that, because regardless, Karina's close to the kids.
But I'm saying like,
she
but
sees
what
them
if she
any other
wasn't?
time.
I'm saying like, what if she wasn't? What if Karina was just strictly like,
if she wasn't close
if
with
she
the
was
kids?
just strictly, but like, can you consider Karina still one of your best friends, like a sister? If she was just like, hey, like,
no,
like she obviously she's not gonna write out and tell you, be like, oh, I don't like your kids, or I don't like kids.
But if
what if
she
she was
didn't
just
offer,
like,
if she didn't offer to bring the kids, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I would be like, that's a little weird.
Can I bring my dog?
It's just because I don't put stock into that. That to me is just isn't like a criteria of mine if you want to be my friend. I think
if you want to be my friend, I have my kids and you want to spend time with me, why wouldn't you offer for me to bring my kids?
Well, listen, I think that like for me, as long as you like, for me, there's a couple things to be my friend. One, obviously, I have to like you. I have to be able to get along with you. We have to have some commonalities together. Two, you have to be respectful of the fact that I'm married and that I'm not going to be able to go hang out with you at 3 a.m. You know? And I have kids. Now, I don't expect you to be like, hey, I got your kids a Christmas present, but I would expect, or I would appreciate every couple weeks, or every like, oh, hey, how are the kids doing? How's Belinda doing? How's everyone doing? You guys good? Okay, cool. Because like my friend Chris, he doesn't have kids and he's not married, but he's very respectful of the fact that I am married. And he knows that I can't just go hang out with him at fucking 11 p.m. because I got shit to do with the kids. I got to work the next day, and literally every couple days he'll hit me up and be like, yo, I hope you're doing good. Hope the kids are good. Hope Belinda's good. You know, hopefully we can hang out soon.
I've never heard of this, Chris.
Episode number 7. Go back. Or is it number 7?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Chris moved to Washington. That's the episode. That's
I remember
Chris.
him from high school.
He didn't go to school with us. No, you're talking about Chris Washington. Chris moved to Washington. It was Seattle.
There was 2 Chris's on the podcast.
There was 2 Chris's on the podcast. Shout out to Jiggy Bars too.
Okay, sorry.
But I know who you're talking about though.
All right,
but I'm saying like,
conversation got a little overboard. It's fine, David.
We're just gonna argue.
You
We're gonna get off the podcast and just argue it some more.
No, me and David, we don't agree like on anything ever. I feel like ever. And you know what? Karina will always back me up in public, but if I'm wrong, she tells me I'm wrong in private.
I do too.
I will.
Yeah, that is.
I'm not
something
gonna
nice.
sit here and like if we were having an argument with someone at a bar and you're completely in the wrong, I'm not gonna tell you right then and there like, hey, you're completely wrong. I'm gonna fuck that person up with you, and then when we get in the car, I'm like, why'd you put me in that situation?
Yeah, yeah.
Which has happened. I've done it to you. You've done it to me. Like, and we've done it to each other. Where you guys will get super drunk.
I don't feel like
And
I've
then I'm
ever
dr-
been wrong.
Well, of course not, because you're Belinda. But I'm saying like, there's been times we never agree to disagree. I mean, we just always end up agreeing to disagree, and then it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's ever that deep to the point where like we have to like our marriage is like, if you don't agree with me right now, we're gonna end it. Like, to me, it's just like, hey, if you just don't see it, you don't see it, and maybe and
Versus me, I'm always like, I mean, David, like the door's right there. Like,
Do you
You
remember the
don't.
time she broke up with you because you got her sausage pizza
when
and that pepperoni? We
When?
went out for my birthday in Chicago.
oh, she
I was
was
drunk.
drunk.
Broke up
I
with
was
David.
drunk. I was like, damn, did I
I-
really do that?
I ignored her, but, like,
Oh,
I
you guys were
ignored her.
married.
I know,
We
but
were
I
married,
ignored
we
her.
were
I
married.
ignored her. So we went out for Belinda for Karina's birthday, and
Oh
they
my
were
God, I
already they were fucking
forgot.
blasted already. Like, by the time like I'm talking about
Yeah.
like we had to carry Karina to the car.
Yeah.
It was that year, right?
23.
It was the year that we carried you out out to your car.
Gosh.
Good
And
shit.
then we went to like this place and like I don't even know where the fuck it was at.
River North.
River North, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's
not
the
the city.
area. That's the area.
That's where we were at.
Yeah.
I thought we were like in Chicago.
It's part of like Chicago.
It was down there.
I don't
It's
fucking know.
fine.
River North.
I don't know. I don't care. But pretty much we went out, and then we were like, hey, everyone's really drunk. Everybody kind of needs to like we kind of contained Karina from like throwing up and peeing. So we're just like, let's go get her some food. And we went to go get some, like, they had these big ass slices of pizza. And we got up there and they were just like, hey, all we have is pepperoni. The sausage is going to be like another fucking 45-minute wait. And I'm just looking around and I'm like, I ain't got another 45 minutes. So I'll just take 2 pepperoni. And I get back to the fucking table and Belinda's like, this isn't what I like. This isn't what I like. And then like already I'm just like I was already kind of just like, all right, I'm over tonight already. I just look at her, I'm just like, just eat the pizza.
Oh my
It's
God.
not what
and then
I wanted.
and then I was
you're
trying to
just
break
like,
up with
and you're
you.
like, you're fucked up. I'm just gonna go ahead and just leave you. Like, I don't need to be with someone who isn't gonna get my fucking order right because you don't even care.
Period.
And I'm just like,
till this day, David never gets it right. Like, I'll be like, don't forget the sauce.
and she's still
And
here.
he comes home without the
she's-
sauce.
and yet she's still here.
Oh my God.
And you're
So
still here.
annoying.
So it's not that deep
I
because you know how
did.
many
I tried
times
to break
I'm
up with
different.
him.
I'm different. Like,
we
if
were
you fuck up,
married.
my order, I'm just gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you just didn't know.
I never fuck up your order though. That's the difference.
But you have though. You just don't know because I don't make it a big fucking deal.
Well, you should say something then.
Well,
Speak
okay.
up.
Okay.
I don't like my order wrong.
It ruins your day.
It doesn't because it's not that serious.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
That's serious.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
your
not.
meal.
It was 3:00 in the fucking morning. At that
Okay,
point, it doesn't even matter.
I needed that meal to sober up though.
All you wanted was the grease off the pizza.
That day was fun.
God.
So, guys, make sure you guys get the fucking meal right because then
Period,
you'll be married
please.
for 5 years and all of a sudden they want to break up.
Period. You know what? Speaking of marriage, okay, me and Karina.
But a guy walks in with papers like, speaking of marriage, you can sign here because you fucked up the pizza.
Me and Karina are different because like me and David, we didn't care about like being financially stable or anything when we got married. We were just like, let's just get married.
Which,
Who
by the way,
cares?
back then, a lot of bad decisions were made, guys. I don't.
You regret it?
No, I'm saying it doesn't work out for everyone.
Oh,
Like, don't go off just doing it because it worked out for me and Bells. Like, me and Bells just made it work, and we were the exception.
yeah. I guess that's true. I guess it's
'Cause
really like
there's a lot of like.
if you wanted to
I saw
work,
this.
it'll
I saw
work.
this
don't
really
know.
funny meme. It said, "All these courthouse marriages are lasting longer than the big weddings."
Period.
And the reason why is because you go into these situations kind of already knowing what you're getting yourself into.
Mhm.
I knew that I wanted to be married. I knew that I was going to do whatever it took to get there. A lot of kids are getting married for just to get
having
married.
these nice ass
Weddings,
weddings, just
Spending 20, 30, 40
be
grand
divorced.
just to be divorced in 9 months.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with having a really big wedding because eventually me and Belinda are going to go, once the podcast takes off, so make sure you guys support. We're going to have this really big wedding and then everyone's going to be invited.
Okay. Definitely not. Yeah, so we didn't care about like being financially ready or nothing. We were just like, let's go to the courthouse. We literally, you know what? Our wedding is the only event of ours that Karina has ever missed. Karina never misses the kids' birthdays, never misses Christmas with the kids, Thanksgiving, like even
Where were you?
Halloween,
I
nothing.
was working.
She could, because
I would've called off.
we literally woke up one day and was
Oh,
like,
goody good.
let's go to the courthouse. And so then I text Karina, and Karina, that's the only thing she's ever missed in her life. She couldn't go to the courthouse because I mean, we literally gave him a 1-day notice. We were like, hey, we're gonna go get married tomorrow. Can
A
you
couple
go?
hours.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a full 24 hours. Yeah, we're
No, like we knew we were gonna get married the day before, but we didn't tell our friends until the morning of.
because I feel like we were kind of like, should we go
Well,
tomorrow?
this is the
Should
thing.
we
It's
wait?
like if you're gonna get married and you know you're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy.
But okay, so we were like that. We were like, we don't have to be like financially stable to get married. But
We did it completely backwards.
We did. But Karina has always been the opposite, where she's like, no, I gotta be financially stable. I gotta like do it like this, and this. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Because I mean, like now, yeah, like how me and David said, like we would want like a vow renewal. I don't know.
I don't think that I would want a big wedding though.
Oh, you wouldn't want like a
No.
big wedding?
You want the courthouse thing?
No.
Because they last
I
longer?
want like an intimate wedding.
Yeah. See, I would
A
want
destination
All right,
wedding.
guys, this isn't going to be
I
the
would
wedding
want-
podcast. The bridesmaids.
I would want an
2024.
intimate vow renewal.
Yeah, like with people that you care about. Like
Yeah.
I don't want my mom inviting me like all the tias and tios that I don't care
Inviting
about.
your fifth aunt that
Yeah.
you've never seen.
Nah, just an intimate wedding.
Would you change your?
I'm different.
What?
I want a big wedding.
You want a big
I
wedding?
would. I want a big one.
I wouldn't want one.
Well, we're just
Not
gonna
a
have to
big wedding,
We're gonna have to
no.
compromise.
Yeah, an
But
intimate
David
vow
also
renewal.
has a really big family, so that would be like my intimate wedding right there.
Yeah, David's family, like his immediate family, is so big that is considered intimate.
Gang, gang.
Yeah. Okay, would you change your name when you get married?
Yeah.
You would change your name?
Yeah, I would.
Would you change your kids' names to only the dad's name? So your like
Yeah.
husband's name. Would you hyphenate?
No.
Okay, because there's some. Okay, because I didn't either. I didn't
Mhm.
hyphenate, and okay, because my dad only has 2 daughters, and so when we got married, my dad was like, he was kind of upset because he was like, "Why didn't you hyphenate your name?" And I was like, like for what? Like I don't want to hyphenate my name.
Mhm.
Well, this is the thing. It's like this is how I see it. All right, this is how it worked out in my marriage. However, it works out in your marriage is perfectly fine to the people listening and watching. But I'm taking care of my kids. I do everything for my kids. I'm taking care of Belinda. I'm doing everything for my family. So I feel like.
But we didn't have kids yet.
But I'm saying like, but we knew because
that we were gonna have kids.
It was a conversation.
Well,
we had a
we
conversation
knew we
where
would have kids,
No,
but like my point is like how would other people know that you were gonna take care of your kids?
because I'm not a piece of shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like
I wasn't a piece of shit before I was married.
You but troublemaker though.
That's different.
Well, yeah, okay. So he was upset because he was like, "Why didn't you hyphenate your name?" And then, I've heard a lot of. Well, I didn't want to hyphenate because, I mean, I didn't like. I get it, like, because my dad only has 2 girls, so there's no guy to keep going with the last name.
Mhm.
But I mean, I just didn't want to. Like, I
Me
don't know.
neither.
I just feel like when you're writing on like when you're at the doctor and like having to write shit out, like the hyphenated names is too long.
I feel like if I was a doctor,
You would
then
hyphenate?
no, I just want my last name.
Oh, just your last.
Yeah.
But you're a nurse.
But what's the
So that's why I
difference?
was asking you because you're a nurse.
Rob didn't go to med school.
Yeah. So
Why
what?
should he have why should it be Dr. Valet?
Why not?
I went to school. It
You're
should
his
be
wife.
Dr. Prado. No.
Okay, so that's what I've heard. A lot of people say like they would hyphenate or they don't want to change their last name because like when they go to school and everything that they do, they're doing it as the person
Having this
with
conversation
the
is
born
just bringing
name.
out all my toxic masculinity
I know.
traits.
Okay.
I'm just
Angry,
like,
David.
why not?
No, but
How
like
come?
if you think about it, yeah, like because you're graduating school and you're going to school at like under the name that your parents gave you at birth.
Right.
So why wouldn't you hyphenate your name, right? But like for me, it was completely different because I got married at 18. So when I started college courses, I was already married and David was the one giving me money for me to take college courses. So like, I don't know. I just kind of thought about it like, I'm just going to take his last name because
But you guys did everything different too.
we
so
did. Yeah.
It'd be different.
But I've heard like people like if you're not married
Mhm.
and you have a kid with someone, they hyphenate
Yeah, I've
because
heard
you're
about
not
that too.
married or whatever. I get that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
He's like, no.
No.
Oh,
no.
Why?
God.
But you're
Well,
not married. Why would you
I am
want to
married.
just give? No, I'm
I'm
saying like
happily
if
married.
no, I'm saying
Stop
if you
trying to
weren't.
come on to me.
I'm saying if you weren't married, if you weren't no,
If me and you were not married and we
and
had
we had
Aria
kids.
out of wedlock, I would still want only my last name.
Well, yeah, but it's not up to you.
It is.
It's not
Now,
because
listen,
it's the mom that
were off-
makes the
You
name.
were off them shits. It was up to me. I could have
No.
named Axel Panfilito, and you would have
David
gave.
said that. David actually said that. He was like, because I remember we were coming up with all these different names for
I'm gonna
Axel.
get canceled after this
Me
episode.
me and David actually couldn't agree to a name before we found Axel's name because I always said his middle name would be David. I actually wanted his first name to be David, but David didn't want
No,
his first name to be
I
David.
didn't want his first name to be David because in every classroom and every setting that I'm in, I'm like David G. I'm like the fifth David in the line. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna I want my son to have his own identity. I want him to create his own name. I'll give him the middle name just because it's like it's my first son. I love him and I want him to keep something of mine that'll forever, he could forever hold for himself.
Yeah,
It was my grandpa's name. It was my name, and now it's his name.
Yes, but we couldn't agree to his first name,
Mm-mm.
and so I was like, David, like honestly, I'm the one that like fills out the paperwork for the name. So I mean, you don't
Not
really
with
get
Axel.
a choice. And he was like, girl, if you're gonna get that epidural, you're gonna be on crazy drugs. Like I'm gonna sign that paperwork for you. I'm gonna give him whatever name I want to give him.
I'm like little Panfelito.
I was like, damn, that's actually fucked up if you think about it, because you
Panfelito
are.
Armando
You're like
Sanchez
you're
Rodriguez.
you're on drugs like
God.
hardcore like during birth. So and
No.
honestly, you're so sleep deprived that I feel like
I hear your
wouldn't
point
even
though.
I wouldn't even
I hear your point. That's your
see.
son. It's your baby. You're the one giving birth. You're the one
Yeah.
pushing the baby out. You're the one going through all the labor. I'm not. But at the same time, I'm also taking on the financial responsibility. I'm taking on the
No, but I'm saying
the emotional
we're
responsibility.
married, yeah. But I'm saying people who are not married, you don't know
I'm
if they're
toxic.
you don't
I
know
do
if
too.
if they're partners.
It is, right?
Yeah, you don't know if their partners are paying for things and stuff like that.
Well, no, I think that if you're gonna be in your kids' lives, and you are like, I think that if you're gonna be a good man and you're gonna take care of your kids and you're gonna make sure you're gonna put your kids first, I think that.
But
like,
I'm
it's
saying,
like, a
I feel
rewarding
like
thing.
people don't know if they
But at
will
the
be a
same-
good
okay.
dad because they're not married.
You
So
don't
that
have
guy
to be
can
married to be
leave.
a good dad.
No, but
You
I'm
can
saying
be a good dad and be single.
you could, but how do you know they are? Because there's no legal attachment to y'all. So that dude can leave whenever he wants.
So pretty
But
much
a
what you're
mom
saying
can't
is,
leave
so you're,
whenever she
so you're
wants.
telling that's not true. Women are allowed
I
to leave
mean,
a situation.
you know what?
Whenever
I do
the
know
fuck they want.
I do know some.
That's not true.
I know some deadbeat moms. I do.
No,
but not
I was gonna say
many.
don't start because there's a lot of you bitches that aren't taking care of your kids,
Ooh.
and you guys are out here fucking just hey, go ahead. Oh man, you're riling me up right now.
All right, next topic, because Dave's gonna have an aneurysm.
All right.
No, okay, hold on.
No,
Let's not move
no.
away. No. I want to preface this by saying that whatever you want to do, you have to be in communication with your partner, your husband, your
But
girlfriend,
if they're
your
not
boyfriend.
married, it shouldn't be that other person's decision. Okay.
We're gonna do this because
I
I'll
mean,
drop a
you're
bomb.
lucky.
Okay,
You're
I'm
lucky we were married.
I'm
You're
lucky.
You're
I'm
lucky we
lucky?
were married.
Oh
yeah.
God, I'm lucky.
Or else
We're gonna
I
turn the
don't
camera
know.
off. But see, he's lucky.
Karina's in the middle of us, and she's like, Karina's sitting here like, damn, I'm gonna have to split them
Hey,
up.
but listen though. Okay, so women. Okay, go ahead and say that again so that I can process my thought that way. So so you're saying that a woman should be able to name her kid whatever she wants because she's not married?
Yes.
Then why should a man still be, no matter if he wants to be with that woman or not married, have to still bear the responsibility of taking
He
care of that
doesn't
kid?
have to.
But
He doesn't
legally
have
he
to.
does.
And a lot of times they don't.
But a lot of times you go through child support, and I'm not sticking up for you deadbeat niggas. Don't ever like I'm stepping up for y'all. Y'all pieces of shit, and y'all need to take care of y'all
I'm
kids.
just saying what people
just saying-
have told me.
But in society, why is it frowned upon for a man to want to just damn? I'm out here sounding like everybody I fucking hate. Why is it like bad for like a guy to want his kids to just have their last name?
It's not, as long as they're gonna be present and they're gonna
Am
do
I
what
present?
they need to do. Yes, but I'm not talking
But
about you.
do you believe that if
I'm
I'm
standing up.
talking about
I'm
me, I'm a
standing up for-
narcissist?
I'm standing
It's
up for
all
the
about
single
me.
moms.
You're sticking up for single moms, I'm sticking up for the single dads that are good dads, that are trying every single fucking day, wake up every single day feeling depressed.
Yes,
feeling like
that is
shit.
great. That is great. But I'm talking about
That's
the dads
fucked up.
that
You're
are not
gaslighting me.
present. I'm talking about the dads that are not present, not the ones
I
that
know.
are. All right, forget it. Okay, so
okay.
Karina, actually, you're about to make like almost a full year your very first time living with a boy.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Okay,
He's a
living
man.
with her man.
Yep.
This is the very first
My boo
time.
thing.
Yes, Karina has
Hey,
never.
Rob.
Karina has. Shout out to Rob.
He definitely gets the claps.
I know he's watching. Yeah,
She
listening.
has
Listening
never
somewhere.
lived with a man before. So that's how I knew she was super serious about Rob, because I'm like, you gonna live with him? Like what?
It was
like what? I told David,
here-
and David was like, she's gonna live
Yeah.
with him, and
And
I was like, oh my
all right.
god.
So there was a time when Belinda's friends were not in serious relationships. Some of them weren't in serious relationships, and they would bring guys, and I'd just be like, "Why am I even doing this?"
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. Like, why are you having me meet this dude that you're not even fucking like
David
100%
was like,
about?
David's like, I'm not even gonna see this dude
In
in
like
like
a year,
couple months.
like in a year,
yeah.
this guy's not. It's gonna be somebody else, or it's gonna be somebody old. I don't even like. Why am I even talking to this guy? And then I remember meeting Rob, and I was like, he's cool.
You know what? There was one time where Karina was dating this guy who did not like me at all. And so me and Karina, I think that was because I don't feel like we ever fight.
No.
I feel like whenever we're upset with each other, we tell each other, or we're
For like 2 seconds, I like process like, who the fuck is she talking about?
you
And
remember,
then-
we're not
oh,
gonna say
yeah.
his name. He doesn't deserve for me to say his name.
Fucking the
But
weird neighbor kid.
He didn't. Oh my god,
Fuck
he
him.
did not like me.
Fuck him.
For real.
Fuck him.
And
I'll fight him right now.
that-
If you're watching this and you want to fight, nigga, I'll do that with you right now.
Are you
we're
done?
grown now. We're
No,
grown.
he was disrespectful to my wife. That's the
Oh my
difference.
God.
Okay.
Okay. That's
So he didn't like
Round
me, and that was the only time me and Karina like ever had like little gaps where we wouldn't talk, and it was because he didn't like me. So
So what did I do? I cut him off.
That's
yes, period. Because she would
Are
be
we
with
being
him,
honest?
and then I would be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're with him," like, all right, and then I would stop texting her or something. But yeah, she did leave him, and then like yeah, she's had people that I was like, Karina, absolutely not. But with Rob, I was like so happy because I liked him. He was so nice, and I was like, oh my god,
Rob
yes.
is also so different
He's
than
so gentle.
who I.
Yes.
Rob has soft
That's what you
hands.
think.
What the heck is that?
Those are the crickets. Or no, it should have been this one.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like he's just so different than any. Not that I brought a lot of people over, but like
No,
That
no,
you've met.
I'm not talking about like
No.
no. It wasn't like
Yeah.
100 people. It was definitely like a few guys.
Not 100.
But like the dude who didn't like you talking to Belinda. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy's like he's a little pussy. Like, why are you even like listening to him? You could probably beat him up.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then there was guys after that who I thought like, okay, like this dude's pretty cool. Hopefully it works out, and it didn't. And then I met Rob, and I was like, well, I really hope this one works out because I really
David
do
was
like this
oh,
guy.
I really like him.
I really like this
he's
dude.
Cool.
Like he's a good friend. He's a really nice guy. We have a lot in common. We have kind of like the same kind of humor and shit like that.
Very
Mhm.
sarcastic.
Very sarcastic, and I
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to marry him, I will.
Oh.
David is very critical, also, like of who I've dated.
That's
And
not
I
true.
feel
That's not
yes,
true.
it
I feel like
is.
he's-
Yes,
That's not
it
true.
is.
you have to be at a certain standard.
No,
Yes,
because I feel
yes,
like that.
yes.
I feel like you're gonna do whatever you want, no matter what.
But you're still
Um,
gonna tell her what you think.
Yeah, like don't like if I don't like him and he comes around, I'm definitely gonna like joke on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
David
I'm gonna joke on you.
Definitely,
Yeah.
David was definitely talking a lot of shit about like some other people. Like once, like they would leave, and then we would all just sit here
I'm
and
like,
like
why are you
joke,
even bringing this
Why?
guy around? Like,
Why?
just for the time
Well,
being.
Oh well.
Okay, so you live with Rob. Who pays for what? You guys go 50-50 on
God.
everything?
Yeah.
You okay? I feel like you're
We're gonna
set. This,
start
whole,
another
this
debate.
whole episode is set up to make you look
It's just a
toxic.
debate.
I swear to God.
No,
I
because
don't- I
okay.
don't like
all
this
right,
at
all right,
all.
all right. When me and David first started living with each other, okay, we were married, we were broke. And so me and David were like, all right, we want to do this. We want to be married. We want to make it. We're going to go 50-50 on everything, okay? No one pays more than the other.
I definitely.
But
should've looked
we
at the
were
notes deeper.
making we were making $10 an hour. Like we were making like whatever minimum wage was, which was $8. And then so we were like going 50-50 on rent, utilities, whatever, okay? Now, years later, okay, we're about to be
Mr.
9
Sir.
years married,
Mr.
okay?
Sir.
9 years later, why am I still paying 50-50? Like, because David makes way more money than me. So then I
way
was,
more money than you.
the other day, I was like, wait a damn minute. Like,
Hey,
why am I paying
Hold up.
50-50 still? Because I
because you
feel like,
didn't-
no, David
so
makes more
I'm gonna-
money.
I'm
He
gonna-
should
I'm
be
gonna-
paying more.
I'm gonna do this in sports terms. You didn't negotiate your contract correctly, so that when the
So
when
David-
the money went up, you have no renegotiating deals.
So, because David, like, pays for daycare, he pays for, like, all the other stuff. But,
I pay
like,
for a lot.
I still want him to pay more than me.
No, I was about to say, like, I still pay a lot.
'Cause
Like,
David
even the
pays-
bills. So, like, we have the bill split evenly.
I have one bill.
She has one fucking bill.
But I still want...
And guess what? I still give her half for that bill.
Yeah.
What
So-
bill?
It's the electric.
The electric bill.
Oh.
Because these people in this house don't give a fuck about turning off the lights. Like, they leave the TVs
You know how
on, they leave
insignificant
the
that is?
lights on. No, and like,
Go
I'm
look at
like,
her room right now and look at her vanity and look
My
what I
lights
look.
are
Yeah,
on.
okay.
But because
don't
I
come
pay
for
for
me.
the electricity bill, so yeah, my vanity
So
light
okay,
can be on.
I pay for the water, so that means I should limit to how long your showers be. Miss 1 hour shower.
I purposely take really long showers because you pay the water bill.
Then I'll
Period.
purposely leave the lights on because you pay the light. Well, actually, I should be able to leave the lights on because I pay half of that motherfucker.
Yeah,
anyways.
you do. That's fine. You
You
pay
know?
for half of it.
But this is what we agreed upon when we bought this house. We're like, okay, we'll go half on the mortgage because okay, you'll pay your half. I'll
but
pay my
because
half.
we made the same amount and you make
No,
more
you made
than
more
me
than me
now.
at that time. You were making more than me at the time,
No,
yeah.
we were equal.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. You were making more money than me. For a while, for a long time in our marriage, you would make not significantly more, but you would make a little bit
It
more money
wasn't
than
a
me.
long period though because you would always like catch up.
But your job has been stable for a while. Like you had the same job for a while.
Not defending
So
David.
did he. So did he. We actually got both of our jobs at the same time. The same year actually.
Yeah.
No, David actually got his job a couple months
2015.
before me. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I was making more before we moved in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you would.
But
I
then we
didn't start
got here
making
and-
more until I got a new job.
Right. Okay, so why do I still pay 50-50?
Hey.
Okay, so you guys pay 50-50.
We do.
You guys go 50-50 on all
That's
the
not changing.
utilities too?
But I
Yeah.
did say, hold on. I did say that, and I want people to know that I did say that once this shit takes off, and once I'm like, I don't want to
pay nothing.
You won't. I did say you won't.
David-
I said that
David
if
told me
you
once-
stick it out through all these hard times that we're going through with like this podcast shit and getting this shit off the ground, I told you that as soon as this shit gets taken care of, you can quit. You don't have to work. Like
Yeah, okay, so
you
David
won't be a
told me
month in
once-
either.
No,
Like, you know
he
what I'm
told
saying?
me
Like-
he told me the other day because okay, before we put Axel in daycare, and I was telling David like, David, I can't work with Axel here anymore. Like it's really hard, and he was still on the wait list for daycare. He was like, just quit. Like it's fine if you want to just be a stay at home mom. It's fine. And
what did I say? I said that if you wanted to quit and you want to be a stay at home mom and you want to
Go
stay at home
ahead,
with
do
that,
it.
go ahead. And what would I do? I'd just get another job and I'd work.
Yeah,
I'd
but
say fuck it. I'll do whatever it
I
took.
don't want to
I'll
be a
do.
stay at home mom. I
So
want
then
to
what
be.
do you want?
I want to be a.
What do you
I-
want? You
I
don't
wanna
want to
be-
work. You don't want to work. You
I
don't want
wanna
to pay
be
bills.
a
You don't
stay-at-home
want to
wife.
No, there is nothing. Look, I
The
know that
kids
there's.
gotta go to school.
I know that there's like this big stigma about men who like pay half the bills, that you're not like a real man. That's not true. You can definitely pay half the bills and still be a man in your house and still be who you need to be. It really just comes down to what your situation is. If I could pay this expensive ass house as you wanted, if I could pay it on my own, I'd be like, all right, Bills, go ahead.
You can pay it on your own, and you know you
Yeah,
can.
but then I can't have fun.
But he still wants to make me pay 50-50.
But then I can't have fun. Then
He
I
can't
can't.
buy his shoes.
I can't. Why are you putting me on blast?
Yeah. He could pay everything, but then he can't do his like football stuff. He can't pay for his. He can't get
Yeah,
new
but-
clothes. He can't get new shoes.
Why would I want to be house broke?
I just
You're
don't
not
wanna
house
pay
broke.
Nothing.
Like you can literally buy. Dude. Amazon literally has us on fucking schedule.
Yeah, I have
Amazon-
the same delivery
She
She
driver.
has to say. She has exactly.
Mhm.
Her Amazon is here on time every fucking day,
Mhm.
about 3 or 4 times a day. Sometimes
Well, that's why I don't want to pay 50-50 because I need that money for Amazon.
you need more. All that for like you just want
Oh, okay.
more.
I saw this TikTok. This lady
TikTok
was
gonna get
showing.
y'all fucked up.
This lady was showing her house, and she was showing her bedroom, and then she was giving a tour of her husband's bedroom. And so the TikTok
weird.
was that her and her husband have 2 separate rooms for a healthy marriage. And what do you think about that? Do you think that if you
You're
have
asking
2
me or you
separate
asking
rooms,
her?
I'm asking the both of you. If you
Okay.
have 2 separate rooms,
You want to
do
go
you
first,
think
Karina?
that you would have a healthy marriage
No.
like that?
No.
David.
No.
Because I was really like, damn, let me go on Zillow real quick and look up bigger houses with
Yeah,
so me and David
you
can
know
have
what we're
separate
gonna do?
rooms.
You know what you're gonna do with that extra room?
Go ahead, what?
Super toxic. You're just gonna fill it up with more kids.
No, that's not what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, every single
would
man is
have-
listening to me right now is just doing this. All the men right now are just like, there you go. That's our guy.
But
But it
if
took
you-
him 20 episodes, but
okay,
he's there.
the comments was like how is that good or how is that healthy or whatever, and she was saying because whenever they just don't want to deal with another, they can just go to their separate rooms, or they have their separate spaces. Because I don't know, is Rob a clean person? Because David is
Oh my
fucking,
God.
he's
Rob?
disgusting.
Rob is definitely cleaner than I am.
He
I've been leaving my
is?
socks everywhere.
I think if you look under
Okay,
that couch, my
so
socks are
then
right
I'm
there.
just gonna go back and I'm gonna ask Rob instead.
We
Rob,
need Rob. We need a part 2 to this one.
do you think that it'd be healthy for
No,
separate
I
rooms,
don't.
Rob?
Look, okay. I think that if that works for your marriage, that's cool. I don't sit here and I wouldn't implement that in my marriage because I am very intimate with you. I feel like that I need to be around you. You are my wife.
We're just telling
Physical
everybody-
touch is his love language.
It is. I need like it's just quality time. Like you can sit at that end of the couch and I'll be right here. I just want to feel. I'll put my hand on her like foot just so that she knows that I'm there. Like it doesn't need to be more than that for me. But I also do feel like that if you are in a healthy marriage, there's no reason why you guys need to be separate from each other. I feel like that
I wouldn't want to sleep alone.
I feel like there's again, this is my opinion only. Don't fucking crucify me, world. But I definitely feel like there is a thing to like marriages that don't sleep together. Like, is it an open marriage? If it is, that's you. Cool. Not my marriage. That's my wife. If you whatever, that's just not how I get down. If we're gonna be sleeping in separate rooms and we're gonna be seeing other people and shit like that, then cool. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in a different house. I'm not gonna do that in the same house. Like if I'm gonna sleep by myself, I'm gonna go buy my own house, lived in the pigsty that I live in, and have control over it. I'm not gonna allow someone to create a division in my home.
I wasn't saying that we need two
I'm not
separate
saying
rooms.
that. I'm just saying
You're
like
coming at me right now.
I was just asking. It ain't that deep.
Asking if
It's
it was
not that
healthy.
deep. But like
I
and
personally don't
Toxico's coming out.
I personally didn't think it was healthy because
I don't think it's
because it sounded like whenever they're mad at each other, then they just go to each other's rooms and stuff, and it's kind of like you're avoiding.
I'm not that person though. I'm the person where like, hey,
resolving the
we're gonna confront this issue right here. Like we're gonna talk about it. Even if you don't want to talk about it, we're gonna talk about it anyways because there's no reason of us just fucking sitting around, not talking to each other and just fucking living it. We have kids.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I
like
don't know if those people had
I'm
kids or
saying
not.
like in like our situation, we have kids that we both are equally as active in these kids' lives. So it's like we can't live in a home where there's
well,
like
no,
tension.
that wouldn't work out for us.
That's what I'm saying. Like for us, it just wouldn't work out. Like we have kids. Like I don't see myself like kissing Axel goodnight, kissing Arya goodnight, and then going kissing you goodnight, and then going back to my room.
That'd be so
Like that's
funny.
weird. I think that
for cleaning purposes, because I'm I'm telling you guys, like if you guys knew like how messy David is, you wouldn't want to live with him either. But
no, like there isn't like roaches under my bed or nothing. Or there's not like food at my nightstand.
No, there's no roaches.
Like, I'll admit, I take forever to do laundry. I do take forever to do laundry, and sometimes it piles up. And that's what she's talking about. Cause you got me out here. You got me fucked up out here, dude. You ain't just make it seem like I'm out here, like I'm a dirty big deacon and just nasty.
But I'm not talking about one basket of laundry. I'm talking about like
it's a lot of laundry. I have a lot of clothes.
Like 4 baskets of laundry that's just sitting there,
and I wouldn't have 4 baskets. And if I had to pay
for
on
the floor,
and if I had to pay for full mortgage, I wouldn't be able to afford all 4 baskets.
Shut up! I'm done with you, dude. Shut up. Okay. David thinks that the man has to sleep on the side of the bed closest to the door.
Yes.
And I don't. Okay,
stand
because
by that.
David used to. And then I
Man.
recently switched our room around and I wanted that side.
The
of the bed.
demasculation of the men these days. Women are just trying to demasculate men by making me sleep at the
you
end of the bed.
Shut up.
I'll give you my
said-
reasoning why. Okay. I think that when it comes to like home intruders and shit like that, I need to be closest to the door because what are you going to do? All you're going to do is turn around, look at me and be like, David, get up. So I might as well already have that fucking boom, tunnel vision. Go on, hit the gap like I'm a running back and just grab the dude and do whatever it is from there. And I feel like it'd just be a better situation for everyone in general if I have that upper hand already. I think that we're like, okay, I'm also thinking like worst case scenario. Like I'm also like coming from like a comfortability. Like I feel more comfortable knowing that I can see anyone who's coming in. And if I needed to be in a position where I need to protect you and I need to do something, I have as much leverage as possible.
I know, I understand like your thing about it, but okay, Rob does sleep on that side too, right? By the door.
Closest to the door.
But you guys didn't purposely do it that way, right? Or you did?
So I wanted by the window because I wanted to sleep like where Milo's bed is. It's closer to me, so I wanted to sleep next to him.
Mood.
I want to sleep next to my dog. But now I want to switch because I'm next to the window and it's cold.
So you don't.
I don't think
has
so.
Rob ever said that? Like he has to be by the door?
Well, when I bring up like switching spots, he's like, no.
Yeah, see, okay, David was
Probably.
like so pissed because he's like, why the fuck are you going to move me? Like, I want this side of the bed.
But also, I would want Rob next to the door if there was somebody coming in.
Exactly.
Rob, defend
So
me.
for that moment, if you're gonna rob my house, you have to go through Belinda first to get to me. And then honestly, it's not gonna be that much effort, bro. Just give me a second. I'm just gonna talk to the robber. I'm like, hold on, bro. Just give me a second.
She's gonna be there like yelling, David.
Right.
Shut up.
Like, just give me a chance. I'm just gonna yell at the robber, like, give me a chance to get in front of you, bro.
So hard, my headphones fell off.
The other day, we saw something because we have to have our door open because Axel always wakes up in the middle of the night.
Oh, you're turning this into a spooky podcast already?
No. So the other day, the door was open, obviously, and all of a sudden, we just see something go really fast in the hallway. And I was like, David, did you see that? And he was like, no. And I was like, dude, I saw something in the hallway. And I was like, go check. And I pushed him. And he's like, what the fuck? And then he turns on the light. And then we saw the light in the bathroom go off. And he was like, oh, it's just Aria.
Aria does this thing where she wakes up at like 1 a.m. to go use the bathroom and she'll like sprint there.
Yeah,
and then she just sprints back. You know,
we have like a little light in our hallway so that she could see and Axel could see when he like wakes up in the middle of the night. But like it's just so funny because even with the light there, she still gets scared, so she like runs to the bathroom, and that's why like it just looks so funny because she literally ran and she took off, and then I was like, oh shit, it was just Aria. It's fine. It's not a robber.
It wouldn't matter because you'll be there first. So at the end of this episode, we're gonna go back upstairs and just switch stuff around.
Shut up! Oh my god!
One day I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go upstairs and just grab because all that it is really just moving a nightstand. Like I'll move your nightstand over to my side and I'll move mine back to where it should be, and then that's it.
I know. I just don't want to be on that side anymore.
Why?
I just wanted to change.
No,
I get easily bored.
There's this thing where like you should move your room around, move everything around.
Do you
just
move your room
around? No.
You should.
Even when you were at your mom's
You
house?
should always move
when I was at my parents.
You should move your bed every few months. You should move your bed by slightly. You and Rob need to both pick it up and then have Milo put it on.
Rob needs to come call his friends.
What kind of fucking bed do you guys have?
I'm not picking up shit.
She's got Iron Man's bed.
I don't know. It's expensive, so that's why it's heavy.
Yeah, I don't know. But wow, what a great episode, huh?
We're done?
David over here being toxic.
I know, dude. What the fuck? Like, I don't even like talk like this, and I bet you everyone's just gonna listen to this like, I knew it.
You do. You talk to us.
I knew it. I talk to you guys.
Yeah,
you know the demasculation of the man.
Right.
I think that they're just trying to turn us into women.
What the heck is wrong with you?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's what dudes will literally get on the podcast and just start talking shit like that, and be like, you know what's wrong with society? They won't let men be men. But it's like, bro, you can be a man if you want to be a man. If you're gonna be a dick, you're just gonna be called out for being a dick. Yeah. My style of being a man isn't like I'm telling Belinda what to wear, telling her what to do, telling her what to cook and shit like that. My style of being a man is like, okay, I'm your partner. I'm here. We're together. But at the end of the day, I do think that I don't know.
50-50 on mortgage.
I do think that I do. It's gonna be like that too, fellas. Don't settle. Know your worth, King. Know your worth, King. Know your worth.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
when you wake up every morning, put your crown on, stand tall, make that bitch pay half.
I'm gonna. You know what? We're gonna have to end it here because me and David are about to fight. And
I'm
Karina's gonna have to split us up. But before we end, don't forget to go to Hygeia Cold Press and use our code WEON1 for money off of your order at checkout. And if you spend $100 or more now through October 4th, then you will get a free 6-pack of juice cleanses.
Make sure you guys use them, man. They're really good. Really good. See you guys later.